Hi everyone, and welcome to Take a Walk with Me. Today is Saturday, June 13th. Current temperature 63, the high of 83 today. Rain chance 0, humidity 75%, and wind at 0 mile per hour. So pretty nice. I'm feeling about like I thought I would. Real shaky. It's hard for me to use even a stylus right now to message anything because my hand is shaking and I keep hitting the wrong things, There's a plane. So I'm having a hard time doing that. Other than that, I just feel like, tired, like I've been beat up or something. But I was out earlier after devotions I saw some flowers in the zucchini and squash and the yellow squash, and I went in there, to see, and all of them but one were male. And males don't make squash. So I had one female in there, and what I'm doing is on these I can use the you can't use the I don't think you can use the electric toothbrush, because they're obviously male and female, and the female won't have pollen as far as I can tell in it. So I'm using another method, and that's when you take the male. Here's one that I picked this morning. Take the male and you just pull these back. It's a little droopy now. Pull all these back to expose the, I don't know if they call that the stylus or the, I can't remember the other word right now. I usually know it. Pistil, maybe. But you can see what it looks like here. Let's see, I don't know if y'all can see that too good. And you can see on the end, I've already rubbed a lot of it off. It's just loaded. I should focus a little bit. Loaded with pollen. So you take this one, and of course, the female's flower was open, I just rubbed it all over the little things inside of it. It looks totally different than this on the inside of the female. So I just rubbed this all over, and you could see some of the yellow stuff around it. So I'll keep an eye on that and see if that worked. It should. But I was disappointed that there was probably 8 male flowers out there, maybe 6 or 8. Probably 6 more like. And only one was a female. But I did that. And another thing, I've been reading up a little bit on peppers and talking to Joe, and when the peppers are little, they'll grow. If they grow peppers, the plant will feel like, I hope I'm getting this right, the plant will feel like it's done its job to make seeds, and it will basically kind of shut down. I mean, it won't die, I don't think, but it won't be producing the peppers that you want it to put out. So I'm going to do a little experiment. I got so many pepper plants. I'm going to do a little experiment on some of them where you pick off all the little blooms when they're small. And that way when they'll grow bigger, they'll put out more. And it'll be able to support more. Like if you get a little one, it's got 2 or 3 big peppers on it, it'll just pull it right over. And with the I'll explain about the eggplant here in a minute too. I've been reading a lot on this. I've got a lot invested in all this, so I'm doing a lot of research. And I talk to Joe daily. He's my go-to for any questions. And I've been watching these other videos, but they're not, I'm not friends with these other people. They don't know me, and they might not respond to my comments if they've got hundreds of comments. Nothing against them, but they just probably can't keep up with it when they're big time. you know, thousands of comments and stuff. But yeah, all these are looking crazy good. I'm gonna have to get out here and do some more. Probably I pruned a little bit yesterday on these. It's hard for me to get in here to prune the bottoms of them. I have to either reach from over here or I have to reach from over here, but I like having a lot of tomato plants. You know, they're all doing good. I went around them with them. This one I definitely, the tomatoes, I definitely want to use the electric toothbrush, because man, you can see the pollen, a puff of it come out when you press that on the inside of the flower. You'll see it, a little bit of it come out. So I feel like that's going to probably be doing a good job on that. But see, they're already starting to wilt. But you can see some of the flowers. There's some down there. Over here, this is zucchini. Now, I don't think I want to use a male yellow squash to pollinate a zucchini, because it will crossbreed. I mean, I don't know what it would make, I guess. I mean, I guess that's what would happen. It just seems, you know, like that's what would happen. This cauliflower, it ain't looking too good. Usually it's more white. So I don't know if that one's going to be a dud or what. So I don't know what to do about that one. Anybody any ideas? I just have never grown much cauliflower, and I didn't even remember that was cauliflower until I saw it. I must have got some, or they were mixed in or something. People will move things around like an evergreen. They'll think they want something, then they'll just set it down anywhere, and then you might end up grabbing it because it looks like anything, you know, it looks like cabbage. That's probably what I thought it was, because I didn't plan on growing the cauliflower. That's a pretty one. Butternut squash is growing a little bit each day. It looks okay this morning. Look at the green beans. They're all twisting around each other at the top. I pushed that one over that way because it was going over this way. Look at these snap peas, y'all. I've yet to see a pea yet, but I must have to grow a while. Grab a hold of somebody over here, buddy. Can't go that way. How about right there? There. Turnips and a little bit of spinach looking okay. Some of it just didn't do right. These cucumbers are starting to grow up on the trellis. I can't wait to see all these grow. These are the best carrots I've got going, I guess. All these are kind of covered up a little bit. I mean, they're here and there, but they're not really. Some of them aren't growing that great because they're covered with, you know, giving them shade. Seeing more blooms on the, should have green beans anytime. Matter of fact, is this one right here? Yeah. There's a little baby green bean. We'll have a bunch of them, I'm sure. The new peppers hadn't come up yet, but that's not unusual. But as you can see, these might be an exception because the peppers on them aren't that big. You can see how little cute it is. I'll probably leave these alone. I've never grown them before. And they're already getting little peppers on them, but they're growing a little bit. You can see this one from the other day down here is a lot bigger. Now, yeah, on the eggplants, the reason that when they're smaller, one of the reasons that the flowers just fall off, a lot of them, because they get big, the eggplant gets big, and the plant can't support the weight of one, the way they grow straight up. you know, most of the squash and all that stuff is right near the ground. These will be up on here, you can see. So the plant has to be big enough and strong enough to hold the weight of several eggplants. So that's basically, they're doing what I would be doing to the peppers basically on their own. Instead of having to pick off the flowers, they're just falling off, you know, until it gets more viable. This one's already obviously big enough to handle the weight of one because it's got one growing down there. I can see it's getting bigger all the time. I don't know if you can see it. I'm afraid to touch it too much. Get this off of it. Can you see that now? Let me see if I hope I got it. Yeah, it's purple. But yeah, that's the deal with them. I won't have to pull them off. They'll take care of it themselves. I don't know if this is one or not. It doesn't look like it's wanting to do anything. But so I'm not as concerned about that. I came back out here last night and there was grasshoppers everywhere again after spraying them the other night. I probably sprayed another 20. I don't know if it didn't kill them the night before or maybe it did last night. I don't know. But they're obviously my biggest problem right now. I've seen a few other little bugs, but nothing, you know, the amount of them that I saw, those, I was surprised at night. Because, you know, I didn't know. I didn't see them during the day. And I come out here in the morning and everything would be chewed on. Not everything, but a lot of things. Especially the radishes. I guess they're lower to the ground to them. But everybody's looking pretty good over here. Sorry it was a little longer garden update, but if you are, you know, that information would be good for anybody growing a garden. And like I said, I'm learning a lot. So it should help. Everybody looks great here. Looks like we're going to have some more flowers soon. And this is obviously a corn. I wish I would have the cornflowers get busy up here. I see those two right there. Maybe there's some more. There's one. Because the bees, if you've seen my pictures several times, the bees are crazy over the cornflowers. I almost wish I'd planted cornflowers all around the perimeter of my garden if they didn't grow so tall, because they just love them. The bumblebees especially, and that's what I need over here. It's more bees. I'm seeing more wasps over here than anything. And I never have got my, I'm gonna have to check into that bee motel thing. Never have got it. That's a little crazy. It's been over 3 weeks. I have to check that today. We may be doing we need some groceries. Maybe doing a haul if everybody feels good today. I'll have to rest if I do go. I'll have to rest some first. Look at everybody. Doing great. And see, what's made these propagate so much, the cornflowers, is what I understand, is flowers are kind of the same way. If you leave them grow and you never pick off the seeds, the plant is going to think that it's done its job. I don't need to put any more flowers out. I'll just lay here and relax. You know, I don't need to work anymore. So I need to come out here. I haven't done this in a few days. I've got a gallon Ziploc bag already over half full of these. So this is going to be available probably in future giveaways when I have one to do with seeds. Definitely, because I have plenty. And these, if you look them up, cornflowers, they've got herbal. They're like a herbal remedy. You can make tea out of them and stuff. And it helps digestion, and I forget what all. There's several things. Look at the ants on these, though. Can you see the ants crawling around? Wow. I wish they weren't. They don't seem to really bother that much on it though. But there's a lot. Here's another bee. Hi there, buddy. How are you doing? He's getting around. I hadn't seen this many ants on it before. But like I said, I can't tell that they really eat on it or anything. These little flowers are pretty. Look, we're getting ready to have more of these come out. The bulbs haven't done much yet. Everything's looking a little bit better. Maybe the ants over here hit the road because it wasn't very fun over here getting sprayed. Well, maybe that's the deal. They took off for better, greener pastures, and they're over there at the cornflowers now. I still see some of them. If I start seeing them crawling all over this stuff again, I'll spray it again. Because it's not been able to grow. They cut everything off right down at the bottom. They cut both the sunflowers off. Ruined them. I'm wanting this to have some flowers. I don't know if that's one of them or not. But I have to pick off these little, where this bush is trying to grow back every day. So I can't just spray it because I'll kill my other plants. But I don't mind. It's what I do every mornings. One of my routines. And that feels good out here right now. Really good. And that'll be okay for now. Get this one on the outside. Oh, the dumpster thing's gone. Ooh, my legs are sore this morning, y'all. That infusion just takes a lot out of me. It's like I said in a few of the comments, I've been through a lot worse than this. These are just, something I gotta do. Because the end makes it worth it. I was in a flare. I would be in a flare before the other medicine I was on didn't do duty. It made me sick for 4 or 5 days. I had to get 2 shots. I didn't have infusions. They gave me 2 shots in my thighs, one in each thighs, and they looked like a Frankenstein shot. That's what I called them. It hurt so bad, and the needle was so big that my leg would be shaking, and they had to leave. The stuff was thick. It took them about almost a minute for each shot that they had to keep that dang needle in me, and my leg would start shaking some uncontrollably. I mean, I had no control over it. And anyway, they'd make me sick for about 5 days, like I had the flu or something. But then I would still have flares. I was in a flare more than I was not for years. I would have to just lay there curled up in fetal position on the couch because I was cramping so much that I couldn't get up and do anything. I didn't want to. I didn't want to move. And I didn't eat. I got down to 116 pounds. Y'all think I'm thin now or anything. Y'all would have seen me then. Looked like I was from a refugee camp or something. And it was awful. It was awful, y'all. I've never been that weak in all my life. So I've been fighting ever since. I'm up to 170 pounds. At one time I weighed 215. But with this past hospital bout where I was in there for the emergency surgery, I guess it was in the end of February, early March, I lost a bunch. They wouldn't let, didn't have me, I just was on like liquids and stuff. They wouldn't let me eat anything. And I think I lost 30 pounds while I was in the hospital. So I weighed like 148. So that'd be 22 pounds, something like that. I've gained it back, but it's taken since then. March, almost 4 months. Well, I'm about wore out for now. I'm gonna go rest, y'all. Please press that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. I hope you enjoyed this walk and garden update. Everything just is I'm really pleased with most everything. I mean, even the stuff that's not doing good is doing better than you would expect sometimes for the conditions. Being crowded, I'm gonna have to work on that. May even next year, may even put up, if I'm stronger, get Scott to help me and build another raised bed about the size of that one. And I've got the wood back here. It looks a mess, but I've got a bunch of wood back in there, big old planks like that you would use. And if I did have to buy any wood, it wouldn't be much. It wouldn't cost me much at all. It would be the most cost would be the soil and the product to go in it. So you're talking maybe $100 or more in soil and plants, and maybe $20 or less for any more wood I need. So that's not a bad investment if you get a lot of product out of it. So everybody, I appreciate you watching so much. I don't know if I said please press that like button. I'm not all here, it seems like, this morning. So you know what to do. So thanks, everybody. I'll see you later on. I'll do something, but it might be something kind of easy. If I have a haul, I'll do that. But then I'm going to rest other than that. So thanks, everybody. God bless.